Time traveler stuck in time. Make sure y'all like from the gate. Maurice, good morning. I've been up since 1 a.m. Mm. Stuck. Had a flight at 6 a.m. Now I'm waiting on a flight for 2:30. Good morning, Jay. It feel like the afternoon for me. I've been up so long. 10 o'clock, yeah, it's still morning. Damn. What y'all doing out there, man? What y'all doing? Father's Day is tomorrow, right? What y'all doing for Father's Day? How many of y'all gonna get them pair of slippers or the bathrobe or some socks? Y'all might get lucky and get some cologne, you know what I'm saying? But don't expect too much. If you do get something nice, though, be grateful. Ooh, Leo, peace. Jonathan, love the channel. You said in Lima, don't want to be a player no more. In there, life of a traveler. Yeah, I know. I know. It happens sometimes. But damn, today, it was too early for them to be canceling flights and shit. They kept moving it back an hour, moving it back an hour, then they just put it to the next day. I was like, I'm not waiting to the next day. So I had to cancel and I had to book with another airline, man. You know how they 7 to 10 business days to get your money back. You know how it is, man. What y'all been up to, man? What's popping? What's popping in these YouTube airwaves? I'm chilling though. Don't ask me where I'm going because I'm gonna surprise y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm finally going on a vacation. I don't think I'm doing too much work. I'm just gonna be relaxing. I'm just gonna be relaxing. But I've been watching out there. I've been seeing little things, little videos cats is making and all that. It's all good. Trump is popping. Essentially, I don't know. Paraguay, I did some more research. It don't look like there's much to it, man. It might be one of those countries that you don't need to go to, you know? Like just going to put another country on your bucket list, but I didn't see no reason to really go. You know what I mean? Dr. Leslie Child, what's good? Yeah, I didn't see a reason to really go. So I don't know. I was gonna try and go, but I didn't see anything it was worth going to see. I like to go places that have some history, have some UNESCO World Heritage sites or some types of monuments or some types of architecture or some type of unique culture. I didn't see nothing special about Paraguay, honestly. Nothing special. Where am I? I'm in the airport. That's all I want to say. I'm in the airport. Yeah, I'm in the airport. Love those interviews with business owners in Colombia, plan to do more of those type of interviews. Maybe. Voya, El Dinero. Would you say you made better, more unique relationships overseas versus abroad? Overseas versus abroad? No, Ecuador's on my list though. Get them likes up. You heard? No doubt. Paul Johnson. I think you can make really nice, like really, you know, it just depends on the people. It's really an individual thing, in my honest opinion. You meant overseas versus the US. I mean, I haven't built any new relationships in the US because I haven't been there. But I tell you one thing, I met a beautiful girl on Bumble. I was home for a few days. I matched with her and she called me. We spoke for like an hour and a half. This girl was gorgeous, man. 35 years old. Beautiful girl. Reminded me of one of my old joints. And it made me say, like, it made me like, I've never been a big believer of, oh man, the US is bad. I think the US is bad in general. It's not just bad for men. I think it's bad for women too. But I think, like everything, there are good people out there. There are beautiful people out there. There are level-headed, sensible people there. So it's just you gotta attract them. Now, I'm not saying that I bagged her or nothing, but we exchanged numbers, and when I come back for a little while, I'm gonna try and take her out. She said she like comedy, but she's super bad. Woo. She couldn't believe how old I was either, but it is what it is. You can't be lying about your age in the US. The gangster lifestyles. Good morning, Zoe. I did a live yesterday and Argentina came up and I said, from what I've heard, it's racist, but Zoe went there. What's your take on the racism? I think they have a history that could be considered racist. And usually you're going there to visit. And most of the people I know who went to visit, they didn't feel, racism, but there are a lot of white Spanish speaking people there. You go to one of them Boca Junior games or something, it's whiter than white. But I think people jump to one believe what other people say, but it doesn't mean that's going to be your experience. So if you're interested in a country, I think you should go and find out for yourself if you're interested. If the country has something that interests you, then go. And even if you just want to check it out, go, because the likelihood you may experience some behavior that feels racist. You might experience some things that you feel is blatant in some of these countries, but it's all with the territory. Like people say, oh, if you don't speak the language, don't go to the country. Like, I don't believe in stuff like that. So I went there, a young, uh, a young brother from Argentina, showed me around for like 3 days. He didn't ask me for a dime. He drove me around in his mom's car and took me to all the things I had on my list. He was a young guy. He was very proud of his country and everything. But when people go, I refer people to him because he said he enjoys doing that. I referred Austin to him. He took Austin around when Austin went. So, it all depends. And I didn't get into the Boca Juniors game because they had like the people who have season tickets. So you guys could go in under their number, but they wouldn't let me in because they was like, damn, well, we thought he was going to be a Latino because the person who owns these seats are Latino. If we bring in a black guy, they're going to be like, wait a minute. So that wasn't no racist thing. It was just, it is what it is. Like the yearly or monthly ticket holders are probably all white or light Latino. So that was the only thing I experienced that had to do with my color. You know what I'm saying? Which was understandable. there is no racism, but you can't expect to people from South America who are not all black race and population could not view you as something non-usual. Racism could be segregation, and it's not. Yeah, yeah, and it could be a sense of feeling like they're better too. So Todd Green, hey, good brother, what was your thoughts on Cammy? I think that was obvious. Energy is great, chemistry is great, nice, mature and thoughtful woman. You know what I'm saying? And I'll probably miss her because I don't always have that type of good chemistry with people. You don't every person you meet not only chemistry but synergy on camera. We had synergy on camera, which was good. Some people are good and you're good with them, but they not camera friendly or they're not camera savvy. I think she had all those elements, I guess, based on her work and stuff. So she has experience and she's comfortable in front of the camera. She's witty, got a sense of humor. So I think it just made everything better. In fact, check out the video tonight. My last night there, we went to a really popular or upscale Japanese restaurant called Osaka, and we had some fun there. St. Thomas Crown, Ecuador, along with Bolivia, Peru, has a lot of indigenous and Native American people like that. The indigenous cultures are strong in those countries. Yes, I met a girl from Bolivia, and she's with her family, showed me her family business, and yeah, she's dope. What up, Flyboy Way? My brother Fresh. Yeah, so I would say, man, go do what you're gonna do, man. Go where you want to go. Don't let somebody else sway you on where you might want to visit because you heard what you heard. A lot of us heard things about places and we went there and some of it was true, but it wasn't all true. And sometimes it's not as bad as people portray it to be. You know what I'm saying? So, I had a good time in Argentina. I didn't have any problems with anybody. And I didn't feel like I was singled out. I was in areas, I didn't run into a lot of brown skinned people. I will admit that. Most places I was standing out. Voya El Dinero. Thank you for the $30 super chat, man. Thanks for the insight to getting travelers. So I'm curious if travel has brought you in contact with unique individuals. I guess the word for it is serendipity. I guess it could be serendipity. But I think it also has to do with your energy, your own energy, and how you carry yourself, and how some people have magnetic personalities. I wouldn't say mine's just super magnetic, but I think I got a little bit of that, especially when it comes to with women. Dr. Leslie, hey, try going to South Argentina if you like snow type of if I ever go is that where you go to catch the ride to Antarctica? I know there's a part of Argentina where you can go to Antarctica from there as well. So that might be the side where you could also catch the boat to Antarctica or the submarine or whatever it is that takes you. I think, yeah, that's Argentina. Sunny Players, Murders, Mystery, and more. So this is day one of John Thompson's boys, Darius racism in Argentina. They just got rid of slaves earlier in their country. I mean, I don't know the whole history. I know there was said that they had put the black people up for the war, put them first, in the war, so they more of them got killed, and then they bred out a lot of the black in the country. But I don't know all the facts about the country, so I can't speak on something I don't know. I likely did some history, and there are some videos on YouTube about the history of Argentina. But would that make Argentina any more or less racist than Brazil? Any more or less racist than America? Or anywhere else where they came in there and South Africa, so one of the racist countries in the world is America. We all know this. So if another place is racist, I'm not going to go because some of the people are racist. Yeah, you know, a lot of countries have a history of racism or bigotry or both. Yeah, man, Arctic too with some country. Yeah. Shout out, so Peru videos are fire for real. Thank you, Al. AL, like AI. Yeah, Brazil got a crazy history of racism too. Colombia, all over the Americas, if you really want to think about it, and beyond have, you know, yeah. So we're not gonna get, caught up on what is. I've seen it in a lot of places. But as a traveler, as a visitor, would it affect you? Not really. It could, but most likely it won't. You know what I mean? Hey, did you try Central Restaurant, that one ranking top one in South America? No, because it's like a 16-course meal and it's like $300. Like I'm going to spend $300 to eat food on myself, and then if you go with somebody, it's no way. Anytime, brother, it's however you want to say it. Yeah, thank you. Shout out to Flyboy. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't go to that one. I went to a lot of restaurants on my list for Lima, Peru, but I didn't go to that one. Wilford wanted to go to that one, but I was like, I don't want to spend $300. I'm not a foodie like that I would want to spend $300 on food. I would want to spend $300 on something else. I gotta go to. Why do I have to go there to go to the Antarctic? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. That trip is very expensive, and when you catch it on sale, if you like go for standby and they have an extra room, you might be able to get it for 10,000. But it's normally like $16,000, man. That Antarctica trip is expensive, and I ain't spending $16,000 just to knock it off my list of hitting all the continents. You know what I'm saying? That might be one I have to leave off the list. You feel me? I might have to leave that one off the list. And you're finally back in the country, Peru, good stuff. Yeah, Peru is dope. Saying no, what's up, bro? Nah, we spend $300 for a month groceries. You know what I'm saying? $300 is a week in Peru in an Airbnb. Man, I had a great time in Antarctica. You did, Ed Smith? What was it like? I know it's probably amazing, but the price, I ain't got it like that. Well, it's a 16-course meal, but it's not the meal, it's the experience, of course. Anybody would say that, but I just feel like there's other things I could do with $300. You know what I'm saying? Like I could give 100 to three people that really need it. You know what I'm saying? Then spend 300 on a meal. Not to say I would never do it because it's not that much money, but it's not something high on my list. There's plenty good restaurants that I could go to, top of the line restaurants that I could go to in Peru and feed me and somebody else for like 100. You know what I'm saying? Now, If someone wanted to treat me to the restaurant, then we gotta do it. I hit Colombia, it's cheap. It's relatively affordable, not necessarily cheap. It's hard to get a reservation at the center. Yeah, it's booked up for about a month. Yeah, I heard about that too. Boy, yeah, I heard that it is hard to get a reservation there. It was number one in 2023. It was rated the number one restaurant in the world. No lie, thanks. Sup, Zoe, much your you charging for your premium haircut. These I don't cut nobody's hair. I just cut my hair. Not cheap, but affordable. Yeah. Colombia is more dangerous now. I don't know. I don't know if it's more dangerous now or not. I haven't been there in over a year, about a year. Almost everywhere is dangerous. It's for me to be a blue collar worker, and Peru is safe. Well, Peru is safe in a good neighborhood. Peru is not so safe if you go to La Punta. Well, La Punta is okay, but if you go to Callao, like where the new airport is, you don't want to be walking around out there. Or you want to go to La Pita, you don't want to be over there. Try Rio de Janeiro out here. They have nudist beaches. I don't know where they are, but they don't have a lot. I know there's one somewhere in Rio, but most of the beaches are not nudist beaches. But I have seen some girls take off their tops on the beach. Uh, Mosey, so love your show. Thank you, brother. The airport in Lima in the hood. Well, a new one is in Callao, which is more of the dangerous neighborhood. But it's an airport, so you getting a taxi up out of there. But it's further in it's dope though. The new airport is dope. I was gonna make a video about it, but I don't feel like doing that. I didn't go through the hood of Callao, but it's not a place you don't have a reason to go there. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the YouTubers go there because they want to say, "Oh, I'm in the most dangerous neighborhood in Lima, Peru," but I have no desire to do things like that. Don't come back to America, bro. It is mad hectic here these days, especially in Cali. Well, it depends where you are. I'm sure some people live in a good life in a beautiful neighborhood in America. I guess it all depends where you live. You know, it's not all bad. I tend not to look at things like that. All I know, I've been in this airport way too long. My gangster lifestyle. I was just in Medellin last month. I was all over. Also was in El Centro. It was good. I didn't have a sense of any danger. I'm going back next month. Going to be 3 weeks in Colombia, 3 different cities. Yeah, see, gangster lifestyles. He's having a good time now. Yo, your best location to visit in South America is where? I don't, I don't know. I mean, Brazil is dope. Colombia can be dope if you move it around. I did have a good time in Peru. I'm going to hit Ecuador probably next, in Central America, Panama, I like Costa Rica, I like. You know, for me, blue collar worker and worked my entire adult life. America was on my bucket list to do because us brothers don't go there. I was a 1% US that went on that trip. What time of the time of my life? Oh, you talking about the Antarctica? Yeah, I'm sure that was dope. Yes, it's short. So what's good? Costa Rica was a nice vibe. Definitely more expensive, but worth it in my opinion. Yeah, I think Costa Rica's a nice mix. I was trying to go to Honduras and Belize, but the prices are so high, and they're like, yeah, I ain't all of that to be spending all that money to go there. So that's how I was like, damn, yo. I was trying to go to Honduras and Belize, but the prices was high, man. And I was like, it ain't that much to do for me to spend top dollars just to go to Honduras and Belize. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, I'll skip over it, man. I'll see what happens at another time. Maybe they might have some specials, but the flights was like $800, $800. I could fly to Thailand for like a little bit under 1,000 round trip. So I changed my mind. Honduras and Belize got MS-13s. Well, I was gonna go to Roatan. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna go. I was gonna go to the beach area in Honduras, or is that Belize? Belize City. I know. I did some research, but like I said, if they don't have enough to offer for me, I'm not going. Man, it's on next month, no season, best prices, not many people. Yeah, they just had a wild storm on the beach though in Pattaya, man. It would look crazy. Mostly. Will you be going on this trip? What trip is that? The cheapest way to go to these countries is to do a overnight in a country near there. Like, for example, do overnight in the DR and leave the DR to go there. Yeah, I guess maybe a one-way ticket, and then you go to another island after that. But it's all good. Global paper, what's up? Models and bottles. Only DR safe, dumb. I am undefeated. Yeah, man. I must have got up on a. I was watching the game last night. I was laying on the couch sideways. Oh, I think I messed my back up, man. I'm sipping hurting all day, all morning, man. I can't even carry my backpack. Yeah, man. So getting old, starting to feel the pain, man. I gotta go take yoga, man. Do all that stretching or something. How about El Salvador? Since administration, they say it's safe. El Salvador's cool. You know what it is? If I'm not that interested in the country, it's gonna be hard for me to go by myself. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it ain't. I'm at the point where I don't. I'm tired of going in clubs by myself at night, trying to show nightlife and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just too much, man. That's why I like to go places that I can see something, so my days could be scheduled with tours and stuff like that. Then if I want to feel like try to go out and see what the nightlife is like, then I do that. I add that, but it's a lot going in these countries and it's going to clubs by yourself at night and all that. I'm tired of that. I haven't visited Greece. I've been to a few European countries. I was trying to do another Euro step, but my boy, he can't do it. Yeah, I would take flight. So, are you interested in going to Ghana? Yeah, I am, but I'm probably going to go to Ethiopia first. Still want to hit. I'm supposed to hit Ethiopia in like November. Yeah, I heard the visa's off the hook too, but I never been. I've been to Barcelona, but a visa is crazy for partying. Dr. Leslie, I want to go to Thailand. I want some lady boy. Well, they got plenty for you there, brother. If that's what you want, they got plenty for you. You seen the hangover. You see the hangover. Oh man. Oh, I can't wait to get on that flight to go to sleep. I think he's trolling. I think he's trolling. You can't take people too serious these days. Yeah, once I didn't check my suitcase in because I got my pain pills in there. I should have took one. Dang, I need that right now. Make me feel good too. All right, if you keep trolling, I'm gonna put you on timeout. Y'all hear the music or is my earbuds blocking it out? A lot of people going to Guatemala. A lot of people going to Guatemala. Point, stop. Well, it says something. So, what's your rating, 1 through 10, on Portugal? I had a really good time in Portugal. I had a real good time. You know what I mean? Like, I really did. I would definitely go back. I didn't go to Porto. I just went to Lisbon. But they got tours to do in Lisbon, and I did them. They got little monuments to see. They got the water there. Walking around the city was dope. Having those big ass German beers and shit at the restaurant. I had a good time, and they had a hell of a nightlife there. A lot of Brazilian girls there. You know what I'm saying? And they got a lot of, not a lot, but quite a few girls from what's that African country? They got a lot of that coastal African country, not too far from Portugal. I can't remember the name right now. Yeah, Cape Verde. Thank you, Larry. No, it's Cape Verde. I seen a bad, one or two bad joints from Cape Verde and Portugal. They speak Portuguese. I think Amber Rose said her dad is from there, something like that. But I seen people who went over there and they were not impressed when they actually went for themselves. Angola too, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's Angola. They got this beach city that is dope. It's just like a long strip of beach and beach bars. I think it's Angola. I'm going to that. I'm going to that island. I'm going to that part of Angola. It was really Canary Island. It was really nice, man. Boston is a cake. Speaking of Boston, this is the Boston Marathon series from Adidas. It's the Boston Marathon series. I got the sneakers and the whole nine. Look, it's the Boston Marathon series. See the sneakers, the sweatpants, and the jacket. The back of the jacket said Boston Marathon. I ain't from Boston, but I like the color, so I just copped it. I need something comfortable to get on a plane with. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Morocco on the list. I ain't going to Cape Verde no time soon. I was in Lisbon in February. It's a vibe. It's with like potatoes or something like that. That in most places. Yeah, I did Aruba. I did the ABC Islands. I did Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. Like we did that like 2 years ago. It was dope. It was dope. We had a really good time. Curacao was dope, and Bonaire was surprisingly dope too. Nice beach clubs, beautiful water. Man, it was man. Listen, man. Yeah, I got to start watching my videos more and sharing it because I need to make more money from this YouTube thing, man. Because I really love traveling. You know what I'm saying? But I can't. It can't keep coming out my pocket. It can't keep coming out my pocket, man. Y'all not doing a good job of watching the videos, supporting the channel, sharing the videos. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to see Zoe retire. Y'all don't start coming with that money. What up, Tay? Tay International. Me and Tay, we stormed Lima. We killed it. When I put Portugal over Lima, it's up there with it though. But I would say the people in Lima were more friendly and speak more English. Hit them with the super chat. Well, no, what y'all can do is go on my Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Become a member of the Patreon. That's how you can help. And just become a member of the Patreon. Give me that little $5, $25 a month. Let me know you supporting the channel. Time to do a travel marathon. I don't know if I'm up for that. You should have been over 100,000 with the work you put in. I don't know what it is, man. Somebody call YouTube and be like, yo, stop hating on international Zoe. Yeah, I would definitely go back to Portugal just in the spring or the summer. Yeah, me too. I went kind of when it was cold too. We need some new hotness on Patreon. I can. Yeah, I got Cash App and Zomega. Zoemega. $. Yeah, I know. I got a video that I gotta edit it. I got a few things. I just need to edit it. I got some stuff for Patreon. I know I fell off for a little while. I got some stuff I gotta edit up for that. James said Lima is great for more mature travelers. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, to me, Lima, I like Lima because it's laid back and it works. It works for me. You know what I'm saying? I find the women there more genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, dating was easy in Lima. And I even stopped accepting dates because I was just like, I ain't trying to do too much. But if I wanted to go ham, yeah, I could have seen me in like 8 dates. And Benidorm, Spain, and Mallorca Island, Spain are great places to be. We visited those areas when I was in the Navy. Salute to you and be safe, though. Be safe in your travels, though. Thank you, Kira. Kiri, Kiri 8425. Manny E. Have you been to Morocco or Punta Sal? Punta Sal? Punta Sal is the beach town in Peru, right? Haven't been there, but it's on the list. If I go back soon, I'm going to go to Punta Sal because I ain't going back to the cold in Lima. If I go back, I'm going back to the heat, to the warmth. It's the time of year for Europe now. I know, man. Somebody got to be wanting to do a Euro step with me, man. What's up, Tay? Let's do the Euro step too. Why every passport boy go to Colombia? Because the women are beautiful and it's easy picking. The barrier entry is low, but the danger is a little high. You know what I'm saying? What happens is they go there once and they blown away by the women and they get addicted. I would say that's what it is. The women are the addiction in Colombia. They really are. Yeah, Lima looks real good for genuine bonds. I would agree. Nate, No, so no. Benidorm, he trolling on God. I really like the Lima content. London realist, thank you. Bozy, how could you? Lima, she will keep you warm. Yeah, yeah. She told me to come back. Hope it's some real heat. Like, what up, though, JBs? I'm down for a Euro trip. All right, we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it, Tay. At least I got somebody to walk with in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Barcelona was off the hook. Colombia is a dope place to, even if the women weren't baddies. Great Peru content, G. Thanks, Ant. Um, Friends, internal, and Tunio. I can't see. You got that font that is hard to read. I just was in Spain in April, Palma del Mal- Mallorca. Oh, I heard of that before. And Barcelona. So many baddies in Barcelona. It's lit. Yeah, yeah. I had a really good time in Barcelona. And they got a lot of beautiful women. And they got the topless beaches in Barcelona. Europe cost dues really ain't trying to spend to go there. Yeah, but we don't got to do too many countries. We could do like 3 countries. You know what I mean? We could take the train. And I want to go to the Balkans where it's more affordable. Dino, brother Zoe, what countries are still on your bucket list? A lot, a lot. Dope Lena series can't speak on the many YouTubers who covered it like you did. Point guard. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to the not so expensive. I got my eye on a not so expensive Johnny Taylor sent me $10 on the super chat. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. This is Larry. Yeah, thank you, brother. Zoe, I cut my own hair today. Do you cut up or down? With the grain. With the grain. Spain. Come here to to Spain. PG Jackson. I don't know, man. I also went to Naples and Rome, Italy. It's a bucket list. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll get there. Maybe I'll go with a chick. Or maybe I'll go to Cammy said that she see a lot of the comments and y'all be acting like, oh, give her a chance or oh, so like she said y'all make it seem like she's choosing I need to choose her and not that she also needs to choose me. She said something like that. I gotta explain to her that. And people was also saying, yo, Zoe, you need to cuff that. You need to hold on to that, Zoe. Uh, y'all funny. Yeah, I get the likes up. It's only 58 likes here. It's 135 in the building. Where would y'all like for me to go? Larry J. So I just sent you something. Yeah, I got it. I got it, Larry. Thank you. Appreciate it. Where would y'all like me to go? What's like one of the number one places y'all want me? Japan. Japan. I was definitely thinking about going Japan on my way out to Southeast Asia because I haven't been in a very long time, and I heard the dollar's doing well there, and I'll be in that part of the world. So maybe I'll take one of the flights that stop in Japan and just stay there. Croatia or Iceland would be dope. Yeah. Croatia, I was thinking about. Have I been to Iquitos? No, Albania. Yeah, that's all part of the Balkans, isn't it? I like Peru. I don't know. I just felt the synergy there, and I like that I'm able to meet genuine women there. You know what I'm saying? Australia, yes. Might do that in December. I like the layout of the city, the good part of the city where we stay at. It's on the water too, man. Y'all know I like a city that got a coastline, you know? Flip flop. What up, flip flop? Mongolia. For Fresco, Joe. Uh Went a year ago. Definitely get a lot for the dollar. Food is pretty cheap. Get that A5 Wagyu. Poland. Poland's in the Balkans too, right? Larry J. Schuyler is in Japan now. He has a few videos. Yeah, I saw some of his videos. I haven't been to Japan since like 1990, I think. Uh, Point Dog. Is that how you say Point Dog? Keep the dope content coming. Yeah, Germany seems like a dope spot. You'd put out some cool content. I did Germany on my first Eurostep. Sweden. You see how many countries is left that I gotta go to? I need to do a trip with somebody when we knock out like 5 countries, you know what I'm saying? And that you could do that in Europe. We need to knock out 5 countries. We do like 3 days, 3 days in each place, you know what I'm saying? Really close countries. Victor, hi amigo. Trump is going crazy in the States with California. I haven't been keeping up with the politics in America lately, honestly, you know what I mean? Boya El Dinero, Central Asia would be interesting. Stands. I don't know. I don't really like that would be more India, right? India, Pakistan and all that type of stuff. I don't know. That ain't big on me. I'm trying to go to Varsity. I'm trying to go to Australia in December for New Year's. That's the goal. Well, your post travels. Thank you for the 9.99 Global Gallivant Ethiopia episodes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, so I'm supposed to be going to Ethiopia in November, and I'm supposed to be going to Australia end of December. So if all works out, I'm going to get those two off my bucket list, which would be big. If I don't do anything else this year, if I get Ethiopia out the way and I get Australia out the way, I'll be feeling like I did something. You know what I'm saying? The girl in your video in Arequipa is from Asia. No, she's Peruvian. But y'all know Peruvians and indigenous people in Central America, South America, and in America say they're like closely related to Asian. And there are a lot of Asian, like they had like a Japanese president in Peru before, half Japanese president. Yeah, you walk around Peru, Lima, you would definitely see some Peruvians that look mixed with Asians. If you are planning on Australia for New Year's, buy your hotel now. Then prices be crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Thanks for the Uzbekistan, the random joints. Yeah, but you gotta look into those random joints because some of them ain't worth going to. And you got the language barrier. That's why I want to go with somebody. So if you don't speak the language, you at least want to be able to talk to somebody in English. You won't be walking around talking to yourself. Have you done Cambodia? What do you think about that? Yeah, I did Cambodia. I did Phnom Penh, and I did Siem Reap. I just did Angkor Wat last like January. Yeah, Angkor Wat was amazing, amazing, breathtaking. You didn't know Croatia? Nope. Croatia is on the list for the Euro step too. Jerry and Sheila Island living. What up, Zoe? Checking in. You in the DR? All right. What's it looking like? What about El Salvador? I hear it's secure country. Yeah, is El Salvador in Central America or South America? Belize and Honduras is Central America, correct? Bolivia, South America. Ecuador, South America. Is El Salvador in South America or Central America? Peace and love. Enjoy your journey. Thank you, Mike. It's in Central. Okay, I thought so. You need someone that speaks Russian to go to the stands in Central Asia. Okay. I'm gonna take that big breasted girl that lives in Thailand with me that I interviewed. Y'all remember her? I'm gonna take her to sleep on breasted scissors pillows at night. I ain't ready to climb that mountain. I'm just joking. That's a lot of work. Views going up. They definitely go up if I go with that big joint. You know she got her OnlyFans too. You be letting them things out. Let the puppies out. Damn, I'm tired, man. Jeez, it's 11. Jeez, I'm tired, man. They ain't got no lounges here in the JetBlue. They ain't got no lounges in JetBlue. She said maybe another month the lounge will be done. Uh, do you still in Colombia? No, I'm not in Colombia. Guatemala 2026. That's possible. I gotta really like focus next year and get a couple new countries out the way. Her chest is amazing. I don't know if it's amazing, but it's definitely big. It's definitely grungy. 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 No drinks. You find a sweet spot. Don't blow it up, please. God, Big Washington. If I find a spot, don't blow it up. I don't think I blow places up. I might have blew up Colombia, but I don't do that kind of content no more. So I'll just be showing a regular lifestyle. I don't be on the beach with girls no more like that. I don't be on the beach with the baddies no more like that. I was making the block too hot. Y'all was happy at home, but that was making the block hot. And I don't think people understand you. People, the worst thing is that when you're on YouTube, people think they know you and they think they understand you, but they don't know what's going on. How do you feel about Lord Tamar running back to like I always say, I think he did what he did. I don't really speak on another man's behavior. I think he did what he did. Like when people ask me about what somebody said, my answer is always going to be, man, he said what he said. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you my personal homeboy, we could talk about it, but I ain't doing all that online. You know what I'm saying? Chad, the great. I was in Medellin 3 weeks ago. You can't go anywhere without seeing tourists now, especially American. Yeah, it is what it is. James Francis. Do you ever get scared of flying? Nah, because if the plane go down, that's just your ass, and nothing you could do about it. It's probably one of the better ways of dying if you're gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, how much time do you have before it's over? You might be able to be scared for like, I don't know how long it takes, but 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about being in hospital. Even though that one dude did survive that crash in it was like India or somewhere. I think the TikTokers and Instagrammers really blow up the spot the most. Maybe TF Highlander 2016. So, what do you think about Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Botswana? or Madagascar. I only been to Tanzania and I had a good time. I liked it. And I was gonna go to Madagascar, but it didn't seem like there was enough to do. It was like guys were going that far just for the chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't enough. Your flow got to be strategic and adaptable to you. Yes, it does. Prolific. So what it do? What it do? Point guard. I'd go to Bogota, although it's not Medellin. Yeah. I love Colombian girls, especially from Medellin. You like them paisas, Victor? Pimp Star 15. Great to see you doing well, representing for the black men out here. Respect from the UK. Thank you, brother. Thailand, the 26. Yes, the crash was in India, right? Bofresco, is that, did I say Bofresco, Joe? Content will scale going to these countries and finding a guide. Have the guide break down the country while your narrate edit the content has been popping up in my algorithm. Okay. Which countries did you say? Viva Colombia. Listen, listen, I ain't mad at y'all. There's a lot of reasons y'all love Colombia. It's the women. The women, the women, the women, the women, the women. Go to El Centro, Chad the Great, and we had to be the only Americans down there. That ain't true. Well, you gonna be one of. Yeah, you said almost, but you know about Central. What is the difference between Peru and Chile? And why did you stay in Santiago, Chile? Were you treated badly? I did stay in Santiago, but more I had gone to Easter Island, you know what I mean? So we did two things. We stayed in Santiago for a week. I did the tours, the shooting things, the monuments, a few things that there was to do in Santiago, but it was kind of chilly. And then we went over to Easter Island. We went there to see the Moai statues. The Polynesian people, well, Chile owns the island or owns the area, but it's not really Chilean. Chilean. Those are Polynesian people. They like with the Hawaiians and other indigenous, so. But it was amazing. It was like I like to do anything that resembles going to Egypt, going to Angkor Wat, going to Machu Picchu, going to Easter Island. Like I like things like that. That's like the big things for me. Which countries give you the most views on YouTube? I don't know. Colombia was at one point. Brazil was at one point. I have spikes depending on how long I'm in the place or how many times I go to a place. I got a 2016 Colombian stamp before the rise of these thirsty ninjas. TL. Yeah, God bless you. If you was in Colombia between 2018 to 2020, right before COVID, you experienced a different Colombia. You know, you experienced a more pure Colombian and Colombian girls who had never been with Americans or never been with black guys. But now it's a wrap. But you can still have fun. Daryl's World, Pizzo, flying into Bangkok, okay, and flying back out of Phuket, okay, is a 2-week trip. How many days do you think I should uh, good is good in Bangkok, and how many days in Phuket? And should I stop by Pattaya? 2 weeks. Yeah, I think if you in Bangkok, you could go to Pattaya for the weekend, maybe, or during the week. I think you should go to Pattaya if you're going to be in Bangkok. It's just like a 2.5 hour ride. And Phuket, 5 days. You know what I'm saying? You could do 5 days, 5 days, and 4 days. You know what I'm saying? You'd be good. What country got the best hip hop scene? I think some of the African countries got really good hip hop scene. 2011 was my first stint in Colombia. Facts. But if just because you went in 2011 don't mean it was good, because some of the things that they have now that makes it better doesn't necessarily make a country better when it was less developed. You know what I'm saying? So just sometimes you could go so early that, like, I could see if I had gone to Peru 10 years ago, I would not be having the fun that I'm having now in Peru. You know what I mean? So going so early is not always a good thing, you know? Talk to real people in these countries. So interview, get their opinions. That's the best content. I want the God to win. Thank you, brother. My first one, yeah, I got that. Totally agree that ninjas destroying Cartagena medicine. I don't think it's ninjas. I think the last time I flew in, it was men from all over the world. It was Indian dudes, white dudes, other Spanish speaking dudes from other Spanish speaking countries. Dudes from Chile be there, dudes from Argentina be there, Dominicans from America be there, Puerto Ricans from America be there. It's just men. Colombia attracts men. When I went to Cartagena, it was a big group of Africans there one time. You know what I'm saying? It's just a country that attracts a lot. I actually walked by the gate 507 and I saw the people. It was girls going to Cartagena, dudes going to Cartagena, all races and Colombians. I just walked by the gate before I came over here. And the line, it was people going to Cartagena. I just happened to walk by. And dudes was looking at me. I wonder if they recognized me. Peru was off the hook back in the day when the club Tequila Rock was popping on global paper. This was their version of help or classical or so. Okay, well, I know one thing. Lima Bar is crazy. My doctor is Iranian. He and his partner stay in Cartagena. Wow, and see, yeah, his brothers from all over. Everybody on that beautiful Colombian thing. There ain't no way around it. Everybody's on the beautiful Colombian thing. Brothers go to crash out. Mike Miller. Being a native New Yorker, I enjoy uh your great content, and it's eye-opening. At my age, the women are just eye candy. It's all about experience. Yeah, I try to tell people that because, well, I seen one brother talking about me. I ain't gonna mention his name. And he was talking about some other brothers that's in my lane, and he was saying that we show women to validate ourselves. And it's one thing when you never met somebody, you never spoke to somebody to speak on their behalf. People see you do things and they hear you say things, but it doesn't mean they understand what you're saying. And he couldn't be more wrong. I show women on my channel for the brothers at home who not traveling, who can't travel, who might be in a situation that makes it difficult for them to travel. Some brothers don't have their passports. Some brothers are married. Some brothers just want to live vicariously through you. I know that brothers sitting at home, they want to see pretty women on the screen. People come to YouTube for two things. They come for information and entertainment. And if you're not doing one of them or both of them, you ain't gonna have no followers. And the dudes who always talking is the ones who ain't got no subs. And you really don't understand what we doing here. It's nobody's doing it so we can feel validated. We show women because dudes at home want to see women. And when dudes at home say, yo, you winning, they just really, they know you not winning. They just admiring. It's like if you got a clothing store, you go in any clothing store, they got beautiful women selling clothes. If you go in the restaurant, the hostess is beautiful, and if they got beautiful waitresses, it makes it move. We know that women make things move, and they make things move for men and women. And you just got to understand what you're doing and what vein you in. You want to still do it with taste, and sometimes we do it without taste. But dudes is totally wrong when they think, oh, you showing women for your validation from other men. Hell no, that's not why we doing it. I'm doing it for the brothers that ain't here. You know, you pour the liquor for the brothers who ain't here. That's why we showing the ladies, man. Dudes want to see that. How would you summarize your experience in the Philippines? Oh, the Philippines, I did Manila, I did Angeles City, and I did Boracay. Boracay is a beautiful island. Like, I would say this, if you meet a nice girl in Manila or Angeles City and you want to take them for a nice thing, you take them to Boracay maybe because it's beautiful. It's like any guy ever took a girl to San Andreas, it's like taking a girl to San Andreas. You taking her out of her element. You take her to a beautiful white sand beaches, laid back hotels on the beach, restaurants all on the beach. So those are the only three places I've been to in the Philippines. And I have, oh man, first time was 2019. Wasn't that long ago, but it was very different than after COVID. It was so much fun. It's so much fun. And the last time I went, it wasn't as much fun. Angeles City was almost as much fun, but it changed dramatically after COVID. It's one place that I think had taken longer to come back from COVID, and they had it harder too. I think they had it harder, but yeah. So, and would I go back to the Philippines again? Definitely. I would try some other islands though, if I go back. My first country I ever visited was Japan. That was like 1990. My first passport. We had the tickets already. So we had to go downtown in Manhattan. You can get your passport in like one day if you have the trip already. And we got our passports and we went to Japan for like 2 weeks. It was the first country I went to in 1990. That's starting off big, right? Most people might go to like Jamaica or somewhere, they first country, the Caribbean. Most people will go to the Caribbean for their first trip, an island country. But now we went way over there. Even though Japan is an island too, right? It's easy to criticize someone when you're not doing anything. Everybody has an opinion, but keep doing your thing, my brother. Yes, thank you, Jesse. You know, I'm not the type of person that if someone says something about me, I'm not going to make a video responding to you. I just think there's too much of that going on already. I'm never going to make a video uh breaking down what somebody else said. I'm not making a video if somebody says something about me, it's I'm done with defending, myself. But if people I'm trying to help people understand that sometimes you look at somebody and you think you know what's going on, but you don't know what's going on, especially if you never met them. You don't know what's going on. You need to keep your mouth shut, man, and just hold that tight. Because there's a lot of things I see on the internet that I don't like, that I don't agree with. But I deal with that in the comfort of my own home. I'm not going to make a video about somebody if I don't like what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and say their name. You know what I'm saying? It's too much, man. That's too much, man. And then everybody tries to glaze it with oh, I'm not trying to diss, and I don't mean no disrespect. That's glazing. Lon Don Realist, doing God's work. So, been following you, this channel for many years, and I appreciate that. Big inspiration for us younger brothers. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know sometimes I get a little wild with the chicks and all that, but I like to have fun, and I know guys. Sometimes when I was home and I see guys with girls on their channel, it make me excited, dogs. Listen, if you're not a comedian, having a woman on the camera with you makes it easier for brothers to watch you. None of us is that entertaining, you know what I'm saying? And none of us is giving up that much information. So you got to mix it in, man. You got to mix it in, man. You know? We ain't comedians, you know what I'm saying? We not gonna just if you ain't running one thing I will say, Lord Williams, shout out to him. He's so energetic and doing things and chopping up funny parts that you could watch him, you know what I'm saying? And he still throws women in there. But so yeah, you know what I mean? But it's a lot to keep people entertained. Like people are opting to watch YouTube over regular television and cable television at sometimes in the day. So you need to be giving up some information and you need to be giving up some entertainment if people are going to give you their watch hours. You know what I'm saying? And the goal is to try and do it better, but it's not easy, especially with the travel YouTuber. You got to be spending money going places and all that, even though you partially doing it for yourself. But people put their requests in too, like, yo, why don't you go here? Why don't you go there? Check this spot out when you're there. Check this restaurant out when you're there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, man. The hate is always going to be there. It's a part of. That's what I told my man. Once you put yourself out on the internet, you got to have tough skin because you're going to get the people who will rock with you, and you're going to get the naysayers. It comes hand in hand. Is it possible to set up an on camera and interview with you in the near future? V? Yeah, sure. Sure, for sure. 98% know you're doing it right. Just got the algorithm against you. Yeah, for sure. Something's crazy. Uh, Jason Elliott, Zoe, where can I find the link for your link for Airbnb? You could go to airbnb.com/ international Zoe. But also in my description, my link for my Airbnb is in the description of all my videos. So go down to the description. Mike Miller. What others say don't matter to me. We are grown and we move differently. Yeah. Fun is not all about spending a lot of money and chasing women. At the end of the day, you are technically a business for sure. And you got to feed the business. Well, okay, if you're a business, the audience is your consumers, right? So they're consuming your content. And if you want to keep them consuming, then you have to try and give them the information and entertainment that's why they watching you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do your part too. I hit the not interested point on most of them dude YouTube channels. Mike Miller 100. Yeah, I guess you know what it is. Each content creator has a synergy with their audience, their core audience. So the way they speak and the things they do may align with their audience, their core audience. They say, well, I would handle myself like that. I would do that. I would bag a girl like that. I would go to that country and something is connecting with them. You know what I'm saying? Whether you younger, or same age, older. And I think, that matters a lot. That's for every content creator have they got their share of audience, and we share a lot of audience. All of us in this black, I would say, travel YouTube space share a portion of our audience with others. And it's all good. It's all good. But I don't pretend to know someone, talk about them, and I don't know them. I don't know their true intentions. I don't know their swag. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here mostly for the information, 75% information, 25% entertainment. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not a one trick pony because I do give a lot of information and I give the entertainment. Of course I try to keep a little PYT with me. You know what I'm saying? But I do give a lot of information and I also give a lot of options on where to go and what to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think I give I might get that a lot. I think of people try to corner me with just the girls, but Come on, dogs. If you really watch my channel, I give up a lot of information outside of the women, and I go places like a true traveler. You know what I mean? I don't just go someplace and sit in the house. I will say this: you and Don Banks have the most attractive women in the world. Ty Green. Shout out to to the young gunner Don Banks. He, he definitely he's been killing it. Oh my God. I've been wanting to hang out with that kid sometime, boy. That dude right there, boy. Whew. Some of them joints he had in Colombia, I was like, damn, son. And the dude who said that something about me actually talked about Don Banks too. He talked about me, Skylar, Don Banks, and a few other dudes. And I'm like, really? Come on, dogs. You know what I'm saying? You starting to sound like you hating. You know what I'm saying? But I know the first thing they're gonna say is, I'm not hating. I don't have no reason to hate. That's the number one thing I hate to say. Don't you know? That's the number one thing most haters say. I'm not hating. But yeah, man. Let me see what time it is. Maybe I'll get myself something to eat before I get on this flight, man. Now I'm not gonna get to my destination till about 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. But y'all stay tuned. It's gonna be a goodie. It's gonna be a goodie. And Tay, if you still there, man, we gotta try and do this Euro step part two. I need to do something different, you know what I'm saying? I enjoy many of the content creators. Everyone has their own spin because we got options. That's for sure. You and Don Banks, y'all know how to do it. Night Walk, thank you. Where to next? I'm gonna surprise y'all. Y'all ain't gonna never believe it. Have you ever been to Poland? No, I haven't been. That's gonna be part of the Euro step, man. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna hit up some of those. We're gonna hit up some of those European countries. You know, snow bunnies ain't really my thing, but if they fine, and they show me some love, I roll with it. Thanks for providing clarity on the Philippines. You're welcome. I mean, I'm sure there's some guys with way more insight who's been to more cities or more islands in the Philippines. But I enjoyed myself in the Philippines, and the Philippines tend to be really nice people. They speak English. You don't have the language barrier. You know what I mean? And it's like Thailand, man. If they like you, they like you. They like you, they like you. Yeah, but they like white guys a lot, though. I ain't gonna front. They under that spell too. They got the ones that like black guys, but you might try to go for a baddie and she be like, "No, I only like white guys." Don't be surprised if you get that in the Philippines. Okay, your information is the top YouTube when I was in Buenos Aires. Thank you. Oh, okay. That's dope. I'm glad you got some good information off of that. Are you going so the Zambia young lady? I'm gonna put her on my Patreon because she cooked soup for me and then she cooked like a Peruvian meal for me. But I'm gonna put that on my Patreon, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want it to be looking like I'm like doing too much in Lima. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I ain't going on no more dates and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see her as much as Cammy, because she goes to school and work. You know what I mean? But we cool. She definitely miss your boy. A multi-country holiday. Yeah, we did the Euro step and we did the ABC Islands hop. I think that was. But what I usually do when I go somewhere, I go to more than one city while I'm there. So that's still moving around within the spot. You should do your Euro step with an official bunny hopper. That's one of them dudes that love white chicks. I think Tay might be the good dude to do it with. I think Tay like them white chicks. Tay International. I think Tay will be the good. He used to live in Germany and stuff. I think Tay might be the right person for the job. Does Cammy watch your content when you ain't with? Yeah, she calls me and lets me know sees certain things, and her friend watches all my content and sends it to her like new videos out. So she know what's going on. She actually called me yesterday. Back, so I know because I experienced what you're talking about in the Philippines. They wanted to settle down with me. Travel lover. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You find the right one, man. Global Gallivants or else SKS. Bruh. Yeah, y'all gonna get to see Mwaka. I'm gonna put that on the Patreon. She's a lot of fun too. She's a nice girl. She's a lot of fun. But Zoe can't be, looking like a playboy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting a bad reputation with the ladies, man. They be like, ah, playboy. You know what I'm saying? What's good, I am? They really labeling me as a playboy, man. Am I a little bit from the Himalaya, player from the Himalaya, a little bit. That's just your aura. Is that what you want to say? Hit the like button. 176 watching, 96 likes. Yeah, y'all hit the like button before we get out of here, man. I'm gonna order me something to eat from one of these restaurants. They ain't got no lounge, man. I'm gonna go close to the gate, see what they looking like over there, y'all. Well, yo, I just wanted to, chop it up with y'all every now and then. If I get an opportunity to do something special on my vacation, I'll tune y'all in. Y'all gonna be surprised. But it's your boss. Peace. I might get a Sunday sermon tomorrow.